Right. Oh, yes, we were in the museum. But of course. Right. Oh boy. Okay. So yeah, we were just speaking with this woman down here. And now we have access to this very interesting... Oh my god, are these double-sided? Oh my golly, we got so much lore to get through. Bonnie's actually doing the runs. It's true. If I had a hand cam, you would just see her little paws jumping around. Where do we even begin in a room like this? I feel like we want to go left to right. When does this start here? Or does it not matter? I guess we'll start from the far end over here. Where's my cursor? Where is it? Is there anything above us that we need to be aware of? Doesn't look like it. My secret's out.
Hey, he kind of looks like me. Except for the dress part.
Okay.
These panels tell the history of the Rennes-le-Château area.
Uh-huh. Okay. They have a higher res one when I go up to it. All right. The Celts. The earliest recorded inhabitants of the Languedoc were Celtic. Several stone monuments in the area were thought to be French versions of Stonehenge. Very little is known about this period.
These panels tell the history of the Rennes-le-Château area.
Okay, so that's kind of what we're getting out of this. Very good. Less Stonehenge, yes. Jumapel Romans. Romans called this area Gaul. They had many rich silver and gold mines here sustained by slave labor. Gaul was a favorite spot for exiling people. Pontius Pilate and Herod Antipas were both exiled here by Rome. The Visigoths conquered Rome, raiding the city of Rome itself in 410. They ended their nomadic existence by settling in this area with their vast stores of plundered wealth. Nearby Toulouse was their capital.
These panels tell the history of the Rennes-le-Château area.
Dr. Frank Inverter. Look at these guys.
I think he's the guy the museum's named after, Saunière.
Saunière. Okay. Hello, Saunière.
I can't. Those two women are hogging it.
Okay. I'm sure that'll be important later on. Let's continue our dive, our edutainment here. We did that one. We're moving here.
These panels tell the history of the Rennes-le-Château area.
Tim Curry, I'm aware. All right, the Merovingian dynasty was a line of mystical priest kings with long hair that ruled German Franks. Clovis I in 507 defeated Alaric II of the Visigoths in battle. Clovis I made a pact with the Roman people, or excuse me, the Roman Pope, to consolidate the position of each. In 671, Merovingian King Dagobert II married Giselle de Rezes, niece of the Visigoth king. Her hometown, Rennes-le-Château, then called Redae, became the two Merovingian, forgive my pronunciation. Stronghold, the two had a son. This fourth person here. Dan Brown ripped him off. Can you imagine? He's like, this is amazing.
These panels tell the history of the Rennes-le-Chateau area.
I just want to do this. On December 23rd, 679, Dagobert II was murdered by a servant under directions from the king's treacherous mayor of the palace, Pepin the Fat. Oh, don't you hate to have that name? His 3-year-old son was the Sigisbert IV, disappeared, and the kingship passed to a weaker branch of the family tree. The Pope endorsed this murder. Murder. That Lemmy clip. Murder. I love that one. That's what a good sentence. The Pope endorsed the murder. Onwards. The Carolingians. The family line of Pepin the Fat gradually took over rulership. In 754, Pepin III, by the pronouncement of the Pope, officially became king of the Franks. His dynasty included Charlemagne. These folks' their rule ended in 987 with the new dynasty of the Capetians. Septimania, from the Spanish Pyrenees up through Toulouse and the Narbonne, there was a strong Jewish contingent. In 759, Pepin III, in exchange for acknowledgement from the Jewish leaders, made Septimania an independent kingship. The Jewish Septimanians chose their king, Theodoric, descendant of Sigisbert IV. Theodoric's descendants include Guillaume de Gillion, Godfrey de Bouillon, Duke of Lorraine, and conqueror of Jerusalem during the Crusades. Septimania, they don't know if I played that part of Root Trees, but Root Tree Mania. The Cathars. This quality of this on the screen is not very good. It doesn't help that I don't know how to pronounce anything. The Cathars, perhaps an outgrowth of this region's historical independence. In the late 12th century, the Languedoc became the hotbed of a group called the Cathars. They were nominally Christians, but their theology was considered heretical by the Catholic Church. The Pope arranged the crusade, another crusade in 1207, which the Cathars were slaughtered. Men, women, children, the region never fully recovered. Bonnie and Hence. All right. Knights Templar. This is Broken Sword all of a sudden. Although the Templars were inaugurated in Jerusalem in 1118, several of the key founders came from Languedoc, including Hughes de la Payne, or de Payne, Count of Champagne. The temple continued its association with the region, establishing several bases here. Many high-ranking Templars came from Cathar families, including Bertrand de Blancheford, 4th Templar Grand Master. Knights Templar were eventually accused of heresy. The general arrest occurred in 1307. The group was disbanded, and all that resisted were burnt at the stake. What do we got here?
Adam and Eve. I never liked that story. Can you imagine there being only one woman on the entire planet? Oh, God.
Oh, God. All right, so these are different on the backside, right? Yeah. So this is like a whole nother story in the back here. All right, how do I say this guy's name? Oh, we gotta wait for him to walk all the way over. Oh, they appear in Broken Sword 5.
The guy the museum's named after, Saunier.
Saunier. All right, Saunier. Oh. Clicked out of the window. Take your time.
This side tells the story of that Abbé Saunière.
Abbé. All right. Saunière was born and raised near Rennes-le-Château, in a town everybody seemed to call Montezels. Bonnie didn't want to miss this part of the story. He was ordained and appointed abbé to Rennes-le-Château in 1885 at the age of 33. For 6 years, Saunier struggled on a starvation salary. He managed to raise a little money from locals to restore the decrepit church. Began work in 1891 and was dismantling the altar. He found a hollow in the ancient Visigothic pillar. Inside,
This side tells the story of that Abbé Saunière.
Inside the hollow, Saunier found 4 parchments in wooden tubes. The parchments were said to be 2 genealogies, a 2-sided parchment containing Greek scripture, and a confession of one Abbé Bigu, Abbé at Rennes-le-Château in 1789, and confessor of the Blanchefort family. Saunier took the discovery to his superior, the Bishop of Carnassion. The bishop sent him to Paris, where he stayed for 3 weeks. In Paris, he was introduced to various persons known to be involved in the esoteric and occult circles. He paid to have copies made of several paintings in the Louvre. Thought I moved over more. When Saunier returned to Rennes-le-Château, his fortunes had changed. He began spending vast sums of money. He had a lavish villa built for himself and his housekeeper, Marie Marie. Then he added a strange tower overlooking the valley. We were in that tower last stream, I believe. Saunier built a road and water system through the town. He refurbished the church in a garish and unorthodox manner. He gave away money and spent a fortune on his friends, although a later superior demanded he name the source of his wealth. Saunier was excused from such explanation by the Pope himself. Okay, interesting. Saunier did some unaccountable things, such as destroying several of the tombstones in the local graveyard and defacing other ancient local inscriptions. Who is this guy? Distinguished and mysterious visitors came to see Saunier at Rennes-le-Château, including Archduke Johann von Habsburg, cousin of the Austrian emperor. Saunier died suddenly of a stroke on January 17, 1917, at the age of 65. His death came only days after Marie Denard ordered his casket. Though Marie said she would reveal his secret before she died, she never did. All that she said was that people in the area were walking on gold and didn't even know it. Oh, this is the thing we were trying to look at.
This side tells the story of that Abbé Saunière.
Asmodee. This is in not English. Denaria Bury. Alright, cool. There's nothing else. Oh, there's a little, like, harp back here, right?
I'm not sure I'd want that thing between my legs. Looks dangerous.
Okay. Very insightful.
I can't. Those 2 women are hogging it.
Okay, is that everything, I guess?
I can't. Those 2 women are hogging it.
I would argue that there's plenty of room, actually. Plenty of room. This is pre-COVID. We got lots of space.
My goodness, Estelle. Look at this. It's the sacred number of Ra.
You're right, Lily. And look, it says Virgo. Isis.
And Trinus et Unus. 301, isn't it? Or am I conjugating badly?
Oh, I'm afraid I never had Latin.
Well, I think I'm right. Do you suppose they're referring to Nut, Horus, and Osiris?
They could be referring to God, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost, couldn't they?
Don't be stupid. Anyway, Dr. Wen says it's all the same thing. Or was that Mary, God, and Jesus?
Look at that shape. Wasn't there something like that in Dr. Wen's sacred geometry?
Shh! Do you want to give everything away?
Oh, sorry.
Okay. All right. Hopefully I'll remember some of that. Guess I'll ask them some questions.
Good morning, ladies.
Look, Estelle, the gentleman has come over to introduce himself. Isn't that charming?
Well, I try. The name's Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Yes. How do you do, Mr. Knight? I'm Estelle Styles, and this is Lady Lily Howard.
Renowned on stage and screen. And now you're thinking, how modest, how petite, and of course, I am Lily.
All right.
Are you with the tour group?
He's a sly one, Estelle.
Yes, Mr. Knight, we are.
What about you, dear boy? I thought we'd met everyone this morning.
Oh, I'm a friend of Mosley's.
Ah, well.
Are you all here looking for the treasure?
Well, we can hardly deny it since we're on the tour.
But it's not as though we have a theory, Mr. Knight.
Estelle, you're so subtle.
Oh, yeah? You got a theory? Well, let me hear it.
Is that a note of ridicule I hear? Can it be?
No, I didn't.
Do you think perhaps that only men can have valid theories?
Hardly. It's just the whole idea of a...
Lily.
Are we to take it that you yourself have no theory, sir?
About the treasure? No, I don't.
Methinks he doth protest too much.
It's possible.
I think I've had enough of Lady Howard for the moment.
Yeah, big Piermont vibes for sure. This is a broken sword like nod.
Lady Howard and Estelle Styles, they're Brits, not to mention a little whacked.
Whacked. Can we look at these things now?
Hey, that demon kind of looks like the one in the church. It's a letter in French.
Okay, we can't actually even see it.
A bunch of old documents in French. Be still, my heart.
Okay.
I think I've had enough of Lady Howard for the moment.
Okay, I mean, I guess what we overheard is probably the most important part. Like, I guess 3 is 1, right? Something like that. There's like a sacred number. And then there was some disagreements on what 3 things were being referred to. Hopefully I recall all of that. Do you have anything new to say? You do.
So, where did Saunier get his money from?
If I could answer that, monsieur, do you think I'd be sitting here?
There's supposed to be some kind of treasure buried around here, right?
Yes, that is the theory.
Dude, everybody got a theory.
Well, what kind of treasure is it?
That is part of the mystery, monsieur.
Okay, so what are some of the possible treasures?
Gold stores of the Romans, the fabulous wealth of the Visigoths, which was never found, The fabulous wealth of the Merovingians, which was never found. Or it could be the fabulous wealth of the Cathars, which...
Yeah, I gotcha. The Templars too, right?
But of course, they had more fabulous wealth than anyone. Why do you think that French pig dog of a king turned on them?
Aren't you French in this region?
Well, France thinks so.
Any other theories on the possible treasure?
Well, the Romans did destroy the Temple of Jerusalem, stole sacred Hebrew artifacts. Perhaps it is the lost treasure of Jerusalem that is buried around here. And then there is this one theory.
Yes?
Never mind. I am a good Catholic woman myself. Why don't you read up on the subject if you are so very interested?
Well, I guess because it's a
I
video
don't
game.
have anything else to say to her.
Okay. I don't know if we can take that to them at all, right?
I think I've had enough of Lady Howard for the moment.
Can't eavesdrop again, can we? No. Okay. I mean, I think we've got some very interesting things to think about now. Ooh, a box.
It looks like a lost and found box.
Anything in there?
Somebody lost a hat.
A hat.
It's not really my style. Looks more like something Mosley would wear.
Are we really not going to take a hat? Are you crazy? This is an adventure game. We take everything. I can't even look at the hat. Is there anything else in here? I think it's just the hat.
It's not really my style. Looks more like something Mosley would wear.
Yeah, we're looking for the treasure of Big Whoop, actually. Well, Big Whoop. All right. Well, this was insightful, I thought. Pretty interesting little thing. I believe we came from over here. So I guess what we'll do is we'll continue down the path here. This sort of feels like a theme park. Oh no, we're back around here again. I see. Okay, so that just hooks through here. That's the other way. Right. Okay. Okay.
St. Mary Magdalene Church.
I guess we'll go check inside the church again. I'm assuming that this is something here. We might have to go back to Mosley, though, and ask about these other people, perhaps.
Nothing like a little satanic imagery to make a church feel cozy.
Oh yeah, we are looking for a kidnapped baby as well. That is very true.
A communion cup. Jeez. The last time I took communion, I didn't even have facial hair. Not that I have much now. I wonder where this door goes.
Locked? Or does it not want to go down there?
It's locked.
Yeah. Alright. I guess what we'll do is we will go and back to the hotel and see if maybe something is going on over there. Hey, Stripes, good carpets, yes to you. Welcome on in.
Guess he's getting some fresh air.
This guy is so funny. Like, obvious there must be a story to this whole thing, but...
Don't mind if I do.
I was just looking. But it's like follows us around inside and outside the house. But yeah, this feels sort of like a theme park that like doesn't I don't know, it just kind of feels a little bit empty. Like it's very stylized and stuff, but there's not really like like a lot going on. It's very interesting.
I just want you to know you're doing a great job.
Oh, so many people forget to say the little words of kindness. Monsieur is too thoughtful.
Don't mention it.
Okay. All right, Mosley is in here, I believe.
It probably wouldn't make any more sense the second time around. Maybe I should wait till we're alone.
Okay, so there's nothing to do there. So what do we need to do now? I think we've explored everywhere, to my knowledge. Alright, yeah, these are all the same. So there's just these set of rooms in here. I think this is our room, right? Yeah.
I wonder whose room that is. It's the roof.
It is the roof. Okay. Well, that's exciting. We got to open the window. Good, good.
I can't reach it too well from here.
Right, this was sort of the thing, right? We can't necessarily, like...
Nope, those don't work together.
Oh yeah, the marker.
It's a black magic marker.
Marker.
Nope, those don't work together.
This is such an insane group of things to have. We have a magic marker, some candy, a ceremonial dagger, our ID, a coat hanger, a roll, like a tape roll thing, a notebook, the phone number of the guy we're trying to find the kid for, our room key, a thing of maple syrup, our Schottenjäger medallion, a tape recorder, and a wallet.
My wallet.
My wallet.
Looking at my passport picture, it's a wonder the U.S. ever let me go.
We gotta listen to this one more time.
A good writer never goes anywhere without his notepad.
Oh, that is so good. Without his note. I don't know where to go. I feel like I've explored everything. We've spoken to who I believe is everybody.
I'm not sure what I'd say if they came to the door.
We could try going to Mosley's room. I don't recall exactly which one it is, but... it must be this one.
Knight. Gabriel Knight. Mosley said his room number was 33, so I guess this one's his. Nope, those don't work together.
Okay, so we can't get in, it doesn't seem at this point, until he comes upstairs. So I'm assuming that's part of this, like, later hours sequence. Ooh, staff only. That seems like something we want to probably get into, right?
Must
There
be a
he is.
supply closet or something.
Oh, so locked.
It's locked. Good thing I don't need any toilet paper.
The age-old dilemma. Do I worry about not being able to get into that room? or not? We could try 33, right? That's
I
mostly.
don't need Mr. Muffin Butt at the moment.
Mr. Muffin Butt. Sure. Mr. Muffin Butt. Mr. Muffin Butt.
It's the hotel registry. According to the register, Mr. Baza arrived before me and Buccelli sometime after, and I think I got in around 11.
Okay.
According to the register, Mr. Baza arrived before me and Buccelli sometime after, and I think I got in around 11.
So what is that? 31:21, I suppose. Can't call this guy back now, can we?
I'm not sure who to call. I don't think it'd do me much good. It'll take more to convince Prince James than just my opinion.
Okay. So what do you want me to do, game? What is it that you're after here? What is it that you're after?
I don't have anything else to say to him.
Should we tell this guy is doing a great job again? One of them is in 31, I think.
I don't need to buzz anybody at the moment.
Okay. Okay. Can't speak to her about anything. I don't know what I would need maple syrup for quite yet. Magic marker. Bum, it's chicken. It's a chicken. Check over here again. Intense water effects. I don't know if this one's gotten any better. No.
Hey, anybody in there? Guess not.
Yes, no. All right. Well. Did he say something funny with this one?
Anybody home? I want to rent a bike. Shit.
He sure does. I forgot about that. I remember it was funny. Jeez, I don't really know what to do here. Yeah, we've got to get that on a recording. For sure. That is such a hilarious, like, thing. That and the Notebook one need to be properly,
The sign says, "Do not enter." I'd at least need
properly
a reason to
archived.
ignore it.
So we already went to the castle that's over here. Like, nothing's changed, right? This is just, like, where the castle is.
The books are all old and French.
In French.
Curtains in matching fabric. How suave. Not right now, thanks.
Poorly rendered thief level. It's definitely a choice, right?
It's just a decorative post, I guess. Nope, those don't work together.
I'm guessing, I don't know, I suppose I need to figure out whatever this alleged puzzle is at the church. I don't really know what else to do here. I feel like we've spoken to everybody.
This is like an old castle tower. Almost reminds me of something Ludwig would have built.
Ludwig. I always say Ludwig like that. Ludwig. Ludwig, bruh. All right, so that's my best assumption, my best guess here. Which this game controls like a maniac. This is to get back in there. It's like hard to tell where things begin and end. Bum, bum, ba-da-da-da-da-da. We also know that some of these were destroyed by the guy, which is quite interesting.
This one's 20th century. This one's 20th century.
This one's 20th century.
I can't read it. The letters have worn away. A few of these stones have a star on them.
Who are you?
It's the back of the church. It's the back of the church. Looks like a church office in there.
Oh yeah, we cracked this thing open last time.
Looks like a church office in there.
Like, do we need to kind of like rock it open?
Nope, those don't work together.
This is a...
Nope, those don't work together.
Guess this is not a Mystery of the Druids-esque thing. The tape?
Nope, those don't work together.
Nope.
Here's a newer one, relatively speaking.
Relatively speaking.
It says Jacques Girard, 1792 to 1861. Hey, I wonder if he could be the Jacques of Frere Jacques. Probably not. I can't read it. The letters have worn away.
What am I supposed to be doing here? Holy cow.
That's a big tomb.
That's a big tomb.
Gee, a pirate must be buried here. That's a big tomb.
So I can't seem to do anything on these.
Here's a newer one, relatively speaking. Duke de Ray's, 1700s. I don't even know who lives there. It's the parsonage door. Looks like the parsonage may be, or whatever they call them in France. Looks like the parsonage may be, or whatever they call them in France.
So can't get in there.
There's a heart-shaped sign in the wall.
Okay, this is the name from the thing.
Ici repose Mademoiselle Marie Denarnaud. Died January 1953 at 85 years old.
It's Murray.
Marie Denarnaud is buried here.
What? That wasn't Gabe's voice.
Marie Denarnaud is buried here.
Is that like Grace or something? Is Grace speaking to us telepathically?
Marie Denarnaud is buried here.
Nope, those don't work together.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That must be Saunier himself. He's looking a little worse for wear.
Close enough, right?
It's a cross. Can't see any writing on it or anything.
I was like, are we about to get like jump scared by a Grace here?
It's Saunier's grave. These two graves have cement slabs poured over them. It's Saunier's grave. They're dead serious about keeping people out of there, aren't they?
It is really funny.
It's Saunier's grave. It's Saunier's grave.
Is it?
That must be Saunier himself. He's looking a little worse for wear. That must be Saunier himself. He's looking a little worse for wear.
Okay. What is this video game? Oh, we phased inside of him. Oh my gosh, please.
Shade for the dead. That is important.
That is important. Where are you going?
It's the back of the church.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the back of the church, isn't it? That's all it is. Okay. Okay. I mean, listen, you know, we did explore it. This is interesting. This is an interesting thing. I might end up having to click on this little hint button. It's just kind of strange. I'm trying to get the vibe of this still. Like, they kind of set the thing afoot that we're looking for some, you know, lost child or something. Perfectly fine. Although it was a little abrupt in the beginning, I guess, and fully fully understand what was going on. And then, eventually, you know, we got here and we went through the museum, and they've introduced some characters that are on a treasure hunt. So I guess we're, going to try to find the treasure at some point.
Not right now, thanks.
We're kind of just wandering around this ghost town.
Apparently someone sits there, but they're not around at the moment. They got brochures, but they're in French. I don't read French. Hey, I got enough sins already, thanks.
Like, I have to imagine that something is in here that we need to do right now, I guess. So I felt like the whole thing in the museum, like, what was the point of any of that? If we weren't to sort of, like, do something here. All right.
What are they looking for? The last virgin in France?
Hey, Lemming. Oh yeah, we can do this weird thing, right?
What are they looking for? The last virgin in France?
He loves that one.
I'm getting confused. I better start over. Par se signe tu le vaincras. Whatever the hell that means.
So if I exit this view, does that just remain there? It does.
Nothing like a little satanic imagery to make a church feel cozy. Nope, those don't work together.
Gabe, can you move out of the way, please? What's the story with this
Nope,
thing, huh?
those don't work together. Mary Magdalene in some kind of a cave. A skull, a book, and a cross made from a tree with living branches. Huh.
Cool.
A communion cup. Jeez. The last time I took communion, I didn't even have facial hair. Not that I have much now.
It's also a little difficult to tell, like, what is actually supposed to be interactable and what's not. Like, because, like, this, I'm assuming are supposed to be real, like, tapestry things being hung up here. But, like, because it's, you know, 1990 whatever 3D, it's like just a solid wall. Like, this is the communion cup. Is that actually a communion cup, or is, you know, like, it's tough to kind of gauge what's going on here. I guess we'll start poking stuff with our knife. Hey, here you go.
Nope, those don't work together. Nope, those don't work together.
So what was the thing they were saying? 3 is 1 or something like that? There's numbers on the wall, obviously, but you can only look at these. What is this one again?
It's Jesus and John the Baptist. They look dusty. Nope, those don't work together. It's Jesus and John the
All right,
Baptist.
so this is all
They
one
look
hotspot.
dusty.
What an inscrutable game.
Saint Germain. Never heard of her. Maybe she's the saint of relativity. Get it? Germain. Relative. Oh, never mind.
Relative.
I remember these Stations of the Cross from my catechism classes. This one shows Jesus with Pilate.
Pilate. I think I was calling them Pilati.
It's a big pulpit kind of a thing.
Oh, what's up here?
It's a big pulpit kind of a thing. It's a big pulpit
All right,
kind
this
of
is
a
all
thing.
one big thing then. Interesting. Okay, she's right in here. Let's get a Bonnie tree. Maybe I gotta break my thoughts up here. Anywho. This is kind of tricky. I'll give it at least the other Gabe games. They kind of give you a lot of direction on what's happening. This one, they just kind of dropped you into this town. Thank you very much for the Bonnie treat. There we go. Vorious, much appreciated. Munch, 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 munch. We have a pretty good view up here. I'll give us that much. Is this a thing?
Sermon on the Mount, maybe?
Hopefully this isn't one of these things where I like really do need to know a ton
It's
of
a leaf and vine pattern.
religious stuff to like make this work. Hopefully they'll teach me.
Stained glass. It's a bit too Victorian for my taste, but Gracie loves the stuff.
Oh, where's Grace? We need a bit more Grace.
St. Anthony of Padua.
She
And
would
there's
know
a
what to
kid
do.
coming out of a book. Scary. Almost enough to make you never pick up a book again.
I guess.
Mary Magdalene. What a babe, huh?
What a babe. I think we went through these. Yeah, I figured they did it, but I mean, I'm just feeling a bit lost at the moment. I'm just doing the same thing I do every time I play a video game on stream. I don't know what to do here, though. I guess there's a hint system in here. What's my hint? Okay, it doesn't work. Room cameras. Oh, they have little set piece cameras here. This is kind of cool. Cinematic cameras disabled. Note many scenes will not have choreographed cameras until this. Oh yeah, no, we want. We definitely don't want this view. Yeah, we want cinematic. We're going cinematic. Help. Okay, I don't think there's anything else we're missing. I'm wondering just if we have like I'm missing a thing to do, I guess.
The Magdalene washing Jesus' feet. They just don't make women like that anymore. It's Joseph holding the infant Jesus. Madonna and child. It's kind of a Catholic thing.
I don't know.
Grace has been working on our procedure for cases. She wants us to take fingerprints, use this new program called Sydney, and do all this sort of, official crap. So I don't think I'll record my conversations this time around, but I might be able to find some more creative uses for my tape recorder.
Tape recorder.
A good writer never goes anywhere without his notepad. I don't think they're still taking customers. That's a confessional, but it looks like it hasn't been used since Vatican II. Nope, those don't work together. That's a confessional, but it looks like it hasn't been used since Vatican II.
Vatican II. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Wonder if the hints thing will come in if we're in like the correct room or something. And I wonder if there's any other things we can say to these other, like, other guests of this thing. Like, does this guy maybe want a piece of candy?
I don't think I want to show that to him.
Okay. Would you like a piece of candy?
Nope, those don't work together.
Have we maybe decided to go on the trip?
Wait a minute, I'm not dishing out 2,000 francs for a cover story. I don't think I want to show that to him.
I don't think we can do anything with Mosley either.
Don't feel like sitting down.
Huh.
Don't feel like sitting down.
A weird proc. Yeah, I mean, game's good. I'm a little unsure of what to do here. I feel like we've explored the area. Quite a bit. Maybe we have to write some things down. Maybe this is it. We just kind of went through and read stuff. Maybe we need to properly go to the museum and jot some details down. Perhaps.
That's the museum over there.
Yeah, I haven't gotten too much progress. We did get like a few points. I think that must have been from the conversation with the women inside here.
Nope, those don't work together.
Maybe we can buy one of these.
I'm not really one for writing letters. Besides, it's a kind of a tourist thing to buy postcards.
Okay. Can't believe he's not going to take the hat. The hat I thought was like the greatest discovery we've ever had.
I don't want to show that to her. The architects weren't too crazy about light, were they? I don't want to show that to her.
Oops.
I think I've had enough of Lady Howard for the moment. Hey, that demon kind of looks like the one in the church.
Like, that seems like a hint, right? The problem is that, like, when you look into it, they're just like, oh, it's in French.
Looks like some kind of emblem or seal in Latin. Probably from the church. Hey, that demon kind of looks like the one in the church.
Oops. Okay, so that's new, I guess, is that the thing on the bottom is different.
Hey, that
This
demon
top half is
kinda
different than the
looks
bottom
like
half.
The one in the church. Looks like some kind of emblem or seal in Latin. Probably from the church. It's a letter in French.
In French.
I don't want to show that to her. I don't want to show that to her.
This is crazy. This is a crazy game. What am I doing? We've exhausted all the I mean, okay, are they two different people? Can I talk to them separately, or are they kind of one unit?
I think I've had enough of Lady Howard for the moment.
Okay, they're just one unit. So this is the thing again. I'm really stumped on this. Huh. Well, I mean, maybe I need to sleep on it a little bit. My best guess is that something needs to be done in the church. And I just don't fully understand how that needs to go down. There's like some things that we can kind of interact with, but like not really.
I can't get up there.
There's just this cat. That's the only other thing that we found last time that was of interest. Can we just eat the syrup?
Not right now, thanks.
That's funny. But otherwise, it's just kind of like...
Nope, those don't work together.
No, we're just kind of out and about. Trying to see what happens here. But, all right. Is there anything else in here that would be of interest? I'm trying to think if like any of these things also like unlock something that we could do. Like, can I use the magic marker somewhere? Because we took that pretty early on. But I also don't think that that necessarily guarantees that it needs to be used early on. This game was pretty good. Well, the series is pretty good at giving you stuff that you don't necessarily need to use right away.
Why would I want to draw on that? Nope. Nope.
I'm just going to try this on
Nope.
everything only because
Nope.
I do feel like
Nope. Nope.
a clothes hanger is like such a
Why would-
classic
Nope.
adventure game
Nope.
item.
Nope.
It's like I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, oh, we need to adjust some, like it's in the drifter. We used it today.
Ooh, reminds me of the present the voodoo group left me. Yuck. Well, gee, I don't need a live chicken at the moment. Must not be a lot of cats around here.
And there is. We know of one other cat. There's like literally only a couple. The thing is, this area is so large, but there's really not much going on. Like, there's only so many things that you can even interact with. This is all closed. This is the exit of town.
That's the way out of town. I wouldn't get far on foot.
We can't seem to rent a bike because no one is here. You can try breaking into all these houses. I'm pretty sure I clicked on almost all of them. We've exhausted the conversation between these two, as well as the woman inside, or well, Mosley and the guy working in the hotel. We've explored the stuff down here as much as I know, or I can tell. We've also tried to do something with this house, but it's off limits. So,
museum and church. This place is just jam-packed with culture, isn't it?
We've been to the museum, spoken with both groups of people there.
They're open all day.
It's like literally the only thing that's...
I don't think I'd find the baby by knocking on doors. I will keep my ears open, though.
Have we heard any baby? I feel like I haven't heard a baby. Keep my ears open. Does that suggest that we can find the baby by, like, listening? There's, like, an audio cue or something? And this is, like, the only thing that we've half done. We've, like, kind of opened this thing here.
Looks like a church office in there.
Window. Everything else seems to be totally locked out here. No, I have not figured that out. It's a good question. I was kind of goofing around with that again. I do wonder if it has something to do with the thing that they were talking about in the museum. But I have no kind of idea what the ordering could possibly be. This thing here. Like, could we do something where it's like... Like 3 is 1, right? I can't believe they've locked me out of hints. Which is like, absolutely not. You're not allowed. Try it the other way, I guess. Again, sort of like 3. Going
Arsesigne tu le vaincras. Whatever the hell that means.
I'm assuming I don't need to know French either. I guess this could also be like an ordering thing. Like I have to do it in the right order.
What are they looking for? The last virgin in France?
Because like this one's up top, right? This one's on the bottom. You can kind of see where they're putting their hand. That's to the right. And this appears to be to the left. But then again, it's like, okay, we did that. Nothing ever really happened. I guess there needs to be an order. Very odd.
I'm getting confused. I better start over.
Yeah. It's really weird. It only kind of closes out once I exhaust all of the options. So it's sort of like, I wonder if, I mean, I guess, are these, who are these people?
What are they looking for? The last virgin in France?
It's like maybe these people are these folks?
Saint Germain. Never heard of her.
It's like maybe you can associate a number with them and you do it in that particular order. But I'm not like seeing a connection. I do think that this kind of like the way that this works is kind of interesting though, in terms of how the game sort of operates, where you've got a character but you're kind of like separate from them and you can kind of look around. I think that's kind of interesting. Like it's weird, but it's kind of cool. Does this just need to be like a straight up... Oops. Oh no, there's no middle. So it's like maybe there could be like a straight up just kind of like a cross type thing like this. Unless this is like a... Oops. It's like a Blake Manor style sigil puzzle that I have to do here.
I'm getting confused. I better start over.
This is inscrutable. All right, I'm gonna make a save. I'm gonna have to probably think on this quite a bit now. I was hoping for a little bit more progress on this, but that's okay. I believe in myself. I'm gonna save over what? Actually, I'm not gonna save over what in case I want to re-listen to that conversation. That could be helpful. We'll call this. Call it Piermont for Lady Piermont. Yeah, sorry for not a lot of progress, but this is we're gonna have to really pull out all the stops here to get through this game. I'm interested. I do really like it. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm gonna have to really. I always kind of go through this with my adventure gaming, where it's sort of like you kind of need to understand what the game wants you to do and how it wants to interact, especially games of this time. And as that kind of makes more sense, maybe the rest of the thing will kind of fall into place here. So we'll see. And no worries. Thanks for watching, everybody.